Right, well, first of all, congratulations. You repeat from last year, deja vu. Your thoughts in general?
The best part of my evening was when Ozzy took the, outside of the 3 goals. The best part of my evening was when Ozzy took the trophy up to the fans, and those fans stayed and they cheered every single player that raised the cup. And that is the example that I keep talking about. The relationship between the fans and the players is what makes this club so special. The energy in the building from the opening whistle was good. I mean, Houston came to play, and we were ready to play. So it was a good soccer game in the first half, first 45 minutes. So all around, it was a great evening and a great showcase, you know, for the Seattle Sounders. And you know, I congratulate Wilmer on a tremendous season. It's tough sometimes when you lose, but for me as a guy from Seattle, I loved it when Ozzy did what he did, and the players were able to enjoy this moment with the fans.
Jackson.
Coach, as somebody from Seattle who's been around this club forever, what does it mean to you personally to be able to go up in front of those fans, as you just talked about, and then raise a cup and get the cheers from them right here?
It was great, but I would much rather deflect. I think it's better for the players. They deserve the credit. They're the ones that go out there and do the hard work. That's what I enjoyed. I enjoyed our ownership group. I enjoyed Garth, Chris, all the guys that do the hard work that maybe not get as many accolades as well. Those guys deserve credit as well. You know, it's a really tremendous franchise, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Larry.
Brian, congratulations.
Thank you, Larry.
It's not easy to repeat as a conference title. What do you think the focus and what led to you being able to do that this year?
That's a little bit of a tough question. I want to keep it short, but I'll run through it. So at the beginning of the year, you know, I've talked about this and, you know, having a little bit of a hangover, you know, all that sort of stuff that came with it. There was the incorporation of Clint back within the group. You know, Kelvin Leardom coming in, Victor coming in. We had injuries to key players. I mean, Brad Evans didn't step much on the field. You know, Jordan Morris, Ozzy. You know, we talk about next man up, doing the job. We had all of that. We had a motivated group. We had a veteran group. We had a team that during that long streak was able to manufacture points to get us into second, which was key. And then, you know, the 2 playoff series against 2 very talented teams. I mean, I think it comes down to the players just want it. I mean, I think they want another championship. I know Dempsey is super, super motivated. I know Roman and Nico and all the guys that were here last year, Ozzy, they're super motivated. You know, Jovan Jones, who's leaving us, he wants to end on a good note. We've got a crop of young guys like Christian and Jordan and Wingo and all those guys. They've been training well. So I think the group is ready to compete for another championship.
Jeff.
Brian, congratulations again. You've got a lot of new faces on your team now since the last time you played in Toronto back in May. Where do you think your team is strongest at now compared to where you were back?
Well, I'm not going to compare the 2 teams quite yet until after that result, but I will tell you this, that both of the teams had the right mindset, the right mental strength to persevere in critical moments. Now, we can argue about X's and O's and, you know, Nelson Valdez versus Will Bruin or stuff like that. I think there's some, you know, there'll be some interesting conversations amongst the fans and the pundits and, you know, how did Toronto change from last year? How did we change? I'm just really proud of that group of guys, and the mindset of both groups is strong.
How about compared to this year when you played Toronto back in?
Sorry if I missed that part of the question. Well, they came in and did what they did all season long. They made it difficult to play. I think that point in time, teams had kind of figured us out a little bit. They were all sitting back, and, you know, we were kind of one-sided group. And so they came out of here with a 1-0 victory. So credit to them. I mean, they're a good team.
Todd.
Brian, congratulations. The importance of the early goal tonight.
Well, the quality of the early goal, how about that? I mean, that was a tremendous goal. I mean, Will had a good goal down there. I mean, all the goals tonight were very, very good goals, well-crafted, good soccer plays. It certainly helped us. That, like I said, Houston came out ready to play, but I think my team matched their effort. I think my team matched their, enthusiasm for the big moment. And, we're fortunate to have players of that quality and that caliber to make plays.
Ryan.
First of all, congrats, Coach. You said earlier in this week that you were hoping to find time in the game to bring Jordan in. You got that chance. What did it mean to see him go out there and get the ovation?
Good. I'm very proud of that kid for working hard to get back. I was going back and forth, how much time we should give him and all of that. I wanted to make sure that Will heard the crowd as we subbed him off, but then the ball never went out of bounds for a while, so it took a couple of minutes off of Jordy's playing time, which was the only bummer of that, because I needed him to get a few more minutes so he can be ready for the MLS Cup.
Ryan, in mid-May, you guys lost to Kansas City 3-0, and you were 2-5-4 at the time. Why did you? What about this team didn't cause you to worry too much, or did you? Could you?
Well, I might have been a little worried back then, Art. Those were some. Look, we had some dark days. We had some games where we weren't, really playing well or up to our potential. I would put it like that, Art. That game was an interesting game, though. That singular game, because the scoreline was not very good for us, but we came out 0-0 at halftime, and our tactics had worked. But then soccer is such a fluid sport. They scored a couple of goals in quick succession in the second half, and it ended up looking like a real battering, but it really wasn't. I don't think this team has given up in any match this year. And so, although sometimes we're on the wrong end of the scoreline, another thing that I'm very proud of with this group is that they don't give up. And, we're not going to win every game, but we went down 3-0 against D.C., came back and won, and we went down 3-0 against New England and had a draw. So that's testament, again, to the character of the group, and that's the reason why they were able to turn that season around and be where we're at.
All right.
Coach, congratulations. With Clint looking like he's really locked in and Victor making the impact that he's made, do you feel like your attack is kind of peaking at the right time in these playoffs a little bit?
Sure. I mean, getting Victor back was key. Getting Clint back in a good place. Will's doing well. Nico from a deeper position today was fantastic. I thought Christian was great. JJ's been tremendous. The attack's looking pretty good.
Steven.
Seems like a fitting send-off for Jovan Jones here at CenturyLink Field, recording an assist in his last match here at the stadium. Can you speak to his time in Seattle and the growth that he's had since then, since arriving here, and tonight in particular?
Well, I still have some work to do to get that kid to grow up completely. But he is a really nice kid, and I was very happy that, that the job that he's done for this club is something that he should be proud of. And I think I'm proud of the job that he's done for the club. He's a tremendous talent, and I wish him the best.
Luca?
Coach, can you share a little bit on what you were talking to the players before the press conference? I was sitting here and you guys were cheering and having fun.
Well, they were having fun. They were drenching me with champagne. They were kids being kids, big kids being kids. They enjoyed that moment. I'm going to let them enjoy that moment. That's their locker room. It's their team. So, I have to say a couple of things, and then I want to get out of there.
Take a couple more, Tyler.
Coach, you've kind of touched on in the past of this idea of you're not finished yet. And as you start to turn and look towards Toronto. Is there anything you can pinpoint from tonight that while everything was clicking on all cylinders seemingly, there's something that you really want to key in on going into Toronto here?
That was Ozzy's term last year, that we're not finished yet. Defend our cup, you know, whatever the phrases are. I think the mood in that locker room, it's a confident team, and it's a team that's not finished with defending our cup. I mean, that's basically it. They're a proud group of guys. They work hard. They work smart. I've never had any issues. And so, you know, nothing jumps out at me yet. We're already, Jimmy and Gonzo had already written up Toronto's lineup in the coach's office in there, and they were already starting to go to work. So I'm blessed with a good staff, and we'll come up with our tactics, and we'll train. And then we'll go to Toronto with, you know, intent on scoring goals and winning the game.
We'll go last one to Maz before we get you guys over to the locker room.
Congratulations, Brian. A lot of good things out there on the field. Quick question regarding what can you attribute the quality of passing and movement in the midfield today? Was this something you emphasized before the game?
Well, we always try and emphasize that. We're a team that enjoys our possession, and certainly the creativity of certain players, you know, kind of emphasizes the good possession that we had. Going back to that goal sequence and the series of passes and Victor finishing it off, that is, again, just testament to the quality of the players that I'm blessed to coach. I think they do a lot of it on their own. I certainly think the stuff we do in training, our attacking movements and everything is based on the strengths of what we have. And so, all credit to them. You know, credit to the guys, you know, to, you know, come up with, you know, the key moments where they were able to make plays.